Portland, as we know, the starts have been chaotic. We've seen championships decided over the chaos and incidents in the start. Everybody's got to mind their P's and Q's. They'll come out of the final corner. Everybody's settling back into position. The first of 8 races on the weekend here at Portland. Time to get going. Championship weekend for the USF Pro Championships. Field looking good. Aaron Likens in the stand, and we are green, green, green. The race down into turn number 1. Down to the bottom of the racetrack goes the number 33. They'll go 4, how about 5, make it 6 wide coming into turn number, oh, there's contact there. Jack Jeffers is going to go off, and I think Jeffers is going to have to take the cut through. He'll have to fall to the very tail of the field. We just talked about that. Another driver around, one of the Inter MS guys gets wrecked. That is Hudson Potter, spun from the rear. Somebody got to the back of Hudson Potter coming out of that corner and looped him around. Otherwise, drivers clean and green coming through. I expect they're going to tell Jack Jeffers to fall to the tail of the field because he did not make that corner, and that was one of the key incidents. You have to get through to the right side of the curbing in turn number 2. Clean start otherwise, though. Pretty solid launch to the race. Max Taylor goes into P1, not surprisingly, and a lot of crazy racing, Bobby, further back.
Oh, it's been what a great start, but most of the guys made it through there cleanly. A couple cars spun, as you said, but they're still battling as we now go through the back course here through 8, 9, and 10. Guys are side by side, wheel to wheel. Nobody is giving up stuff, but you're seeing cars now having to search for those puddles, keep those rain tires cool until they're able to come in and put the slicks on.
So I think the key thing right now is race control will very likely be talking to Jack Jeffers. He's the driver who went off, but does he have to fall all the way to the very, very back with a couple of drivers who had incidents and maybe have spun around? How far back does he have to go? That will come from race control. One driver coming into pit lane already. Not sure who that was. Another into pit lane. So it's a drive-through. Yeah, a drive-through for Jack Jeffers. Jeffers is coming in. So he's falling to the tail of the field, but I think they're going to put slick tires on for Jeffers. So this isn't going to play out as badly as they come across the line for the first time. We're underway. Taylor, your leader. Weldon runs in second. Gold in third. Elk in fourth. And Liam McNeely, top 5. Couple drivers into pit lane already. Jack Jefferson, I think maybe Joshua Leonel as well. And I talked about the fact that it would be the feedback from the driver saying, hey, I can do this. For Jeffers, maybe more situational. He was going to have to fall to the tail of the field anyways for not getting through the racetrack in turn 1, 2, and 3, taking the chicane escape route instead. So why not capitalize, serve the penalty by falling to the tail of the field? Let's get those tires changed. So a good call there for the crew of Exclusive Autosport to get Jeffers into pit lane. Now, how does that play out? We're going to look at lap times when they get back out here. I'll say this, they've lost a lot of ground on the racetrack, Bobby, but the bottom line is, the way this track is here, somebody's lost a front wing. We'll come back to you, Bobby, in a second. We've lost a front wing in the battle coming down. That was one of the front battles. That is one of the Inter MS cars. That might have been Ariel Elkin. Second place in points. He needed to win, and he has lost his front wing. Action here early in USF Juniors. And Elkin's going to come in to get that. They're going to put a wing on, and they're going to change the tire. So a lot of action here again. Man, this is wild stuff here today already to get things underway. This race, 15 laps with a 40-minute window, 15-lapper. And again, you see that we've worked a couple of laps already simply because of the fact that we had those yellow laps. So 4 in the books right now, a number of drivers already in the pit lane. You're going to see drivers fall laps behind. Jack Jeffers, Joshua Lena are going to go a couple laps back because it takes a long time to get these tires changed, and we know our lap times are quick, second and a half, a minute and a half. So guys are going to fall laps back, but when everybody comes into pit lane, Bobby, that's where I was going with this. Eventually, everybody's going to have to go into pit lane. Jack Jeffers already back out onto the racetrack.
It's a gamble early, but as you said, it's beneficial for him because already had fallen to the back of the field. Let's take the time. Let's get the slicks on. Let's make sure the car is good to go, and now let's go attack, and they can do that.
So there you have there another driver into pit lane getting work done there. That is the number 8 of Timothy Carell. Timmy Carell into pit lane, and you're going to have a look here. Again, there's only so many drivers, or so many crew over the wall. We do have a driver slowed coming out of turn number 6 over to turn number 7 off the racetrack. Another driver with an issue. So there's Timmy Carell, the crew going to work. And he's got a good opportunity to see rear tires first. The quick jack goes down. They'll come back around to the front, quick jack it back up. Only 3 people across the wall, a jack man and 2 tire changers. So they'll come back to the front. Being told an issue between the 55 of Scorpione and the 19 of Patricio Gonzalez. So So a number of drivers in the pit lane. Lionel back out, Carell back out. So let's start the weekend off with a little bit of excitement. There's that driver off the racetrack there. We have a full course yellow for a driver off the racetrack. Not quite sure who that is at this point. I don't know. It might be the 55 of a Scorpione off coming out of turn number 6 to turn number 7. I don't know what the call is right now in terms, like with this full course yellow, the drivers could come in and they're not going to lose laps. That's the key. This could be horrible for a Lionel, Jeffers, Carell, who all came in to change, or will they cycle back around as the leader? So we did have an issue of a driver in turn number 1. Let's have a look at that replay. There has been a lot of action here in the opening couple of laps. So again, turn number 1, we saw a bit of action there. This is a shot from right on the inside of the corner there. It's the shot there of Elkin with no wing. As he's rolling through there with no wing. You see the drivers are different approach. Some of them a little bit onto the apex, others all over. That's Timmy Carell. That's the number 8 of Timmy Carell, who came in and put tires on. I don't know whether or not he potentially could have the new tires on already. Yeah, I think he may have had the fresh rubber on already. He knows he's got to get back around. So look at everybody else coming back into pit lane. So a number of drivers in the pit lane here on the yellow. The key is for guys like Jeffers, Lionel, and Carell, I have a feeling that the speed of this lap could mess them up. They may not be able to get back around enough to get their laps back. You know what I'm saying, Phil? That's the issue, right? Because these guys have a lot slower lap to go around when they're changing tires.
Do you think changing tires was the issue why he spun around?
Oh, for Carell, yeah, he 100% was on the fresh rubber. And again, you're out there with slicks, not in the reins, and if you're just in the wrong spot or didn't have the rubber or didn't have the grip turning in, the car went around on him. This is the Jay Howard crew going to work here on the number 9 of Liam McNeely, again, one of our championship contenders. Ariel Elkin came into pit lane as well. As I said, a quick change as the 33's back out. Jeffers came back in the number 92. I wonder whether or not they made him serve his penalty at that point. I don't know how that played out. A lot of permutations in what's happening here trackside.
So you have to do a drive-through and go to the tail end.
Well, again, that wasn't stipulated, the way it kind of played out, right? He didn't make the corner at the start, as we said. He essentially has to fall to the tail of the field. He did that, but while pitting to get the tires changed. Race control may have said, okay, that's not enough. That's not enough of a penalty, and you can't capitalize on the penalty. I'm not obviously in race control right now. That's something we can unpack when the race is done. Otherwise, drivers working their way around here now. G3 Argyros has gone to the front. Augusto Soto Sharipa in second. Christian Cameron third. Diego Guillo in fourth. Griffin Yell in fifth. Leonardo Scorpione, the driver that was involved. Not sure whether or not he was able to refire. Quick look down where I am right now at the end of pit lane. João Vergara for Exclusive Autosport in the number 9. He has his tires changed. He's back out. There's the car there of Elkin. He has not yet changed the front wing. Another one of the Inter-MS cars pulling into pit lane. There's the 24 right now, Soto Sharipa. He's potentially now the leader. I think G3 Argyros made a move into pit lane. There's a 7 of Griffin Yellen. That's the 26 of Hudson Potter, who got hit from behind coming out of turn number 2 and looped around. Number 10 of Michael Suko now into pit lane as well. VRD crew going to work. Again, this is not something these guys practice because we rarely have this kind of a transition situation. As you see there, good look there as the wheel lug goes on, then you got to get that pin in it as well. If the pin doesn't go in, you don't leave pit lane. So a little bit of help there for the right sides. Again, car's not set up for quick pit stops. Crew's not set up as well, having a little bit of trouble there with the left rear, or the right rear rather. Left rear almost on as well. Super close, and Suko will be able to get back out. Christian Cameron back on track. Suko rolling out there in the sticker Continental. So still an issue. So there's obviously going to be some damage to Scorpione's cars that had to go up on the hook, not going to roll back as well. So they've got that cleaned up. I would expect we'll go back around one more time. I don't know that we'll be able to go green this time by Bobby, but maybe one more lap under yellow.
Anybody want to take a gamble of not bailing for pit lane and getting the slicks on?
Yeah, well, the top 4 drivers did that. Augusto Soto-Sharipa, Griffin Yellen, JT Hoskins, and Hudson Potter all cycling to the front. They did not come in to get tires changed. And, you know, for a driver like Soto-Sharipa, who's on an outside shot at winning the championship. You go back to Max Taylor in 5th, Sebastian Weldon 6th, 7th, Liam McNeely. Those drivers all changed. He can find track, right? We're already, we'll put lap 8 in the books when they come back around. There's only 7 more to go. What if we get another yellow? Track position maybe for Soto-Sharipa because he started a little further down the order, right? So definitely rolling the dice. But again, with a track that has tough conditions like this that could bring in another yellow, we bang out another 2, 3, 4 yellow laps. It's all about track position right now for the guys up front.
Yeah, a couple more people dive in for pit lane as we watch them come down the front straight. But again, where's that fine line between that gamble of, hey, maybe, we sneak one out here. Maybe we run the risk of other guys, going off the track, as you said, because the guys that have the racing slicks on, those tires are not warm. Yes, there is a racing line now established, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have the best grip in every part of the cars.
Soto-Sharipa, 80 points back in the championship, right? So the key for him is that he needs to do whatever. He's got to win, right? So he started 12th, take full advantage of it. See what he's got to roll the dice to try to win this race. I'm told by our control here that we may have had a sketchy situation involving the pace car. Let's have a look at this replay. I'll pick it up as well myself. So you can see the pace car out here to the right. One driver, this driver is trying to get his lap back, I believe. Comes to the inside. Pace car having to check up a little bit. That was Joao Vergara, and I understand that 100%. I'm surprised that the pace car didn't check there a little bit. He's going to go to the outside. Vergara had to check it up. He's trying to keep himself on the lead lap. That's what that was, or at least save a lap for Joao Vergara. I don't know exactly what race control is going to say about that, but indeed, listen, how many times have you seen that where you're trying to beat the pace car back out?
Oh, a lot.
Right?
So
where was
it? But
yep,
that was a little too close for comfort.
It was tight because I'll tell you, the Honda pace car versus a USF Juniors car, I think the Honda's going to come out in better shape. That was a great partnership that we started earlier this year with Honda, with their new Honda Civic Type R as our pace car. So,
and a beautiful ride.
Oh, it's such a nice car.
Shades of Scott Goodyear in Indianapolis, but
wow, all right.
Was that 15 years ago, 16 years ago? A long time.
Oh, way more than that. Way more. Wasn't it in the 80s?
I'm going to have to look that up because that's still one of the most amazing moments in IndyCar racing history.
So here we go. I think we may be going back to green flag. And we're right back at it. One driver's came into pit lane from the front. That is that might have been JT Hoskins, I think, pulling off. Soto-Sharipa's going to grab the lead. He's going to keep the car down on the bottom. He gets a great start right now. Timmy Carell now running in the second spot. Green flag flying once again. 9 laps in. We're working lap number 10. Soto-Sharipa is going to have to really manage this race and make sure he does what he needs to do to get those rain tires cool. The more time he spends in the wet part of the racetrack to cool those tires down, the better. But as he runs through these long duration corners, turn number 4, 5, 6, and 7, going to burn those tires up big time. He'll be able to, of course, leverage it when he works his way back down the long back straightaway from turn 7 all the way to turn number 10. He'll run away from the racing line to try to cool those tires off. Will it pay off? Because right now, watch that move into second. That's Timmy Carell now running there in the second position. I believe Max Taylor's up into third, although Carell, I think, maybe a lap back. So yeah, Timmy Carell, who runs in the second spot, actually a lap back right now. He needs to reel in. For him, he needs to reel in Soto-Sharipa. If he then goes by, he doesn't take the lead, but he takes back and puts himself back on the lead lap, and then would, of course, at that point, need a yellow flag. So drivers who are a lap back, Hoskins, Yellen, Carell, Gonzalez, and Jeffers. Tough one for Jack Jeffers making that call to come in. I believe they may have not have allowed him to use the penalty to change tires. Might have been better for him to come in and serve the drive-through first. Again, I don't know whether or not, I'll have to figure this out. I'm not sure whether or not we have more yellow flags. Yellow flag, once again, another caution here. Unsure where the incident is on the racetrack, but another caution here starting lap number 11. Another driver in turn number 6, well off over there. That looks to potentially be, that's a long way away. Is that one of the Inter-MS cars? Not quite sure who that is. It could be one of the Inter-MS cars. That's a possibility. Again, tough here as they're going to work to grab that car. And again, is this going to play into the hands of Augusto Soto Chiripa? He is the leader right now. Max Taylor running in second, Liam McNeely third, Sebastian Weldon fourth, and Brady Golan in fifth. Again, only 13 drivers remain on the lead lap. Argyros, Hoskins, Yellen, Carell, and Jeffers. Now, okay, that wasn't one of the Inter-MS cars. That was the number 20 of Rodrigo Gonzalez. He's the driver who had spun on the outlap. Another issue over in turn number 6 for Rodrigo Gonzalez to bring another yellow out. The key is, will this allow the opportunity for Soto Chiripa to come away with a race win? He's doing whatever he can to get those tires cooled down. Max Taylor would love to see a restart to see if he can't dive right back by him. So the field will work its way down here right now. Everybody, again, watch, they're all taking so different lines, trying to see if they can't cool the tires. Look at that. That's way to the outside for Soto Chiripa, trying to find moisture wherever he possibly can. He knows he's coming down to the puddles here as well. Yeah, cooling those rains down. Hey, the bottom line is track position, guys. It's helped Soto Chiripa. He started 12th. He cycles himself to the front, gets the yellow flags he wants. Even if we go back to green and a couple guys are able to get by him, he's doing the best he can to try to maximize the result in a tough situation.
Absolutely, and he's taking advantage of the situation given, as you said. I think it's smart, though. I mean, he knows where the puddles are. He's going to intentionally put his car in the spot. Reduce speeds, not worrying about where right now. We've got 4 to go. Will be 3 to go when they cross the line. Still under a full course caution. Probably 2 laps, maybe?
Yeah.
2-lap shootout?
I always say that the AMR IndyCar safety team, best in the business as we know, they get this done quick. And you can see already, they've already got the car up on the hook already, so they're going to get him somewhere quick. I don't think we'll go green this time by because they're going to have to get him to somewhere safe. They may even try to get him, if they have a full lap, back to the paddock area. That's a possibility. But that is, again, Rodrigo Gonzalez.
And pace car stayed on pit lane. It has not gone out, so.
Oh, that's very interesting. The fact that we did not have the pace car out for this one here. They essentially called it down to Augusto Soto Chiripa to handle this situation. So, again, I don't know whether we go green this time by. The big thing for Soto Chiripa is he's got the lap car of Timmy Carell in there as well. Yeah, we're still cleaning up here. So we're not going to go green. It looks like they brought him back out and got him refired. I think they pulled him out of the gravel trap and dropped him back down. So yeah, indeed, Gonzalez continuing. There he is right there. So they got him fired back up again. There's going to be 3 laps to go when they come back around here now. This is lap number 12 in the books across the line, I believe. Yep. So there's 3 laps to go. Man, I knew we were going to have some excitement and an intriguing story and some permutations, but this is not what I expected.
Now, Rob, as a race fan that's seeing this series for the first time, do you go green to the checkered, or can you finish under a caution?
We can finish under the caution for sure. We'll do everything we can to have at least 1 green flag at the end, even if at time we will potentially red flag to try to get a couple laps, because we have a big window, right? We have a 40-minute window to run this race in. It's only a 15-lapper, so a lot of time in the window to get it done. Green flag next time by, I'm being told, so it's going to be a 2-lap dash. Augusto Soto Chiripa looking to try to find another race win. He scored a victory at VIR. He's got 5 podiums on the year, currently sitting 6th spot in points. Doing whatever he can to potentially try to battle with Max Taylor. Taylor in 3rd's in a good spot, but right behind him is Liam McNeely. He has to finish in front of Taylor as well, so I think McNeely's going to get super aggressive. Liam McNeely is back by 50 points. He cannot let Taylor pull away. There's 3 races on the docket. If Taylor leads by 67 points at the end of this race, he clinches the championship. Because with only 66 points left, even if somebody's perfect, they're not going to be able to catch him. I don't think that's going to happen now. Where's Ariel Elkin in the points on the track? He's back in 12th. You know what? It's a possibility still. That's the crazy thing. So this is going to go into the hands right now of Soto Chiripa. He needs to get those tires nice and cool before he works them down the straightaway. We're back at it. Green flag already flying at start finish. He'll go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Timmy Carell to the top side. I think a big jump here as well. Yeah, we're going to go 3 wide. Check this out. Championship contenders McNeely, Weldon, and Taylor. All 3 wide coming in. McNeely's going to go around the outside of Taylor. Weldon's going to stick to the bottom as well. Oh, almost contact through turn number 2. So Taylor gets pushed back a couple. He can be very cautious here right now. He does not need to win. He just needs to rack up a couple of more points. Soto Sharipa's going to try to hold back Carell, but remember, Timmy Carell's just trying to get himself back on the lead lap. Soto Sharipa trying to roll the dice, holding the position. Carell is through, but can McNeely get by as well? He does. McNeely is through. Soto Sharipa holding now on to P3. Taylor in 4th. Weldon 5th. Weldon has to get by Taylor. Watch for him to be super aggressive. Drivers working their way through. Again, they will see, I believe, yeah, white flag this next time by. White flag will fly when they come back around. Liam McNeely is now your leader because Carell's a lap back. McNeely is a leader. Soto Sharipa holding on for what would be 2nd place right now. Carell is back into 2nd, so he's no longer on the lead lap. Liam McNeely looking to come away with a victory here, and watch out for more racing. Soto Sharipa, of course, a sitting duck with those rain tires, does not have the grip that he needs. But Weldon going to go after his teammate, Max Taylor. Weldon's going to try to come across the bow. He's able to take the spot. Weldon goes now into the 2nd spot. So Weldon to 2nd. Soto Sharipa back to 4th. Again, for him, he's just trying to do whatever he can right now to hold the spot. McNeely leads. Weldon 2nd, Taylor 3rd, Soto Sharipa 4th, Golan, Gonzalez, Cameron, Cooley, Elkin, Vergara. Top 10. Final lap. Elbows up for Augusto Soto Sharipa on the reins. Just obviously doesn't have the grip. He can't carry the corner speed. But he'll do whatever he can to try to hold a spot. A great roll of the dice for the Interim S crew, but this is huge for Liam McNeely. McNeely came in 50 points back, a possibility of making up 5, 6, maybe 7 points on Max Taylor. Taylor's going to be fighting for as much as he can in the end. But Liam McNeely for Jay Howard, scoring a win in Mid-Ohio, his last victory. This would be huge. He had 2 very rough runs at Road America, but he'll roll it on the front straight. Oh, he almost throws it away coming onto the front straight. As they come across the line, checker flag will fly, and Liam McNeely, the British driver, taking first blood in a triple header here at Portland on championship weekend. Weldon comes home in 2nd, 3rd, Taylor, 4th for Brady Golan. Augusto Soto Sharipa on the reins, holds on for 5th. Patricio Gonzalez, his best finish of the year, 6th. Christian Cameron, 7th. Evan Cooley from deep in the field up to 8th. Ariel Elkin, 9th. And Joao Vergara ends up in 10th. Jack Jeffers, 17th after the issue there. Just was not able to get the car turned coming into turn number 1 and 2. There is the results unofficial for race number 1 of USF Juniors. Wow, huge victory for Liam McNeely. Sebastian Weldon ends up in 2nd, Max Taylor in 3rd. So the difference there, 8 points. So McNeely closes up. So it's not over yet. McNeely, Weldon, Taylor to the podium. Brady Golan, I believe his best finish of the year. He had an 8th and a couple of 9th place finishes. So Golan to P4. Augusto Soto Sharipa holding on for 5th, as I had said. Patricio Gonzalez, definitely his best finish of the year, up into 6th. Great job for Patricio. Christian Cameron, 7th. Evan Cooley, 8th. Ariel Elkin, 9th. And Joao Vergara rounding out the top 10. Remember, Vergara is the one who was able to just sneak out and get in front of the pace car. Diego Guillo in 11th. Michael Succo, his best finish of the year, in 12th. Hudson Potter up to 13th. 14th for JT Hoskins. And again, then Griffin Yell on the last driver on the lead lap. Timmy Carell, Jack Jefferson, Joshua Leonel a lap back. And then the final drivers, GT Argyros and Rodrigo Gonzalez and Leonardo Scorpioni. Now there is the race winner coming in. Liam McNeely will be thrilled with this one, folks. I guarantee it. He needed the victory. He knows he needs to win all 3 races, to be honest. He's got to do the best he can to sweep the weekend. 30 points Didn't lead the most laps. I don't know whether or not he has the he has the fast lap, so that's a bonus point as well. So 31 points for him, 23 points, I believe, for Taylor. So a big one there for Liam McNeely. First of 8 races for you here on the weekend, on the Friday and the Saturday for the USF Pro Championships. The rest of the crew is going to work their way back, because I'm going to run down right now to the podium. We got podium celebrations to happen. I believe while I'm doing that, we may not yet be started with USF 2000 qualifying, but it's coming. And we follow with USF Pro 2000 qualifying. Bobby Corser, I'm going to leave it in your hands right now. You can throw it down to me when we're ready, but Victory Lane celebrations up next.
Hey, what a great way to start the first race. Phil, I'll bring you in here as well. Entertainment, start to finish. We talk about every year. Festival Curves, the Shelton Chicane, Corner 1, that's where the story's written. And
the weather has had a lot to do with it today. I mean, we didn't see this weather the last, we didn't have this class here last year, of course, but we didn't see the weather in the IndyCar weekend as we're going to see today and even tomorrow possibly.
Right, and again, track is drying, and that's what we've said is going to happen throughout the morning as we start to see the clouds really kind of lighten up, sun kind of starting to peek through in some spots, but we know more rain is coming this afternoon, showers, possible thunderstorms as well, but just get the races in and get them done early, and man, what a great run right there. Man,
yeah, don't forget.
Impressive drive.
Exactly. Let's don't forget to remind the fans, though, in about 15 minutes, NTT IndyCar Series autograph session in the speed zone. Now, where can they find the speed zone, Bobby?
Speed zone is the area that lines the front stretch on the outside of the paddock, so on the other side of the track. So it's where you see all of our sponsors, all of our vendors. That is the speed zone. It's where IndyCar merchandise is. So right in that area, that's where they'll be doing the autograph session here coming up in just a few minutes, as you said. Chance to go meet your favorite NTT IndyCar driver. Great times as well. We all love going over to the autograph session. Such a great time. So much energy, so much fun.
Look how young these guys are. We talked about the young age of these drivers and doing autographs on their way through to maybe some future drivers too.
Absolutely.
It's a great series.
McNeely, Weldon, and Taylor, great run for those 3 gentlemen. They'll go over and have the podium celebration here with Rob in a few minutes. But man, first of many races today. What a great show early on. Just setting the table for the rest of the weekend here at PIR.
A lot of racing today, tomorrow, and then our finals on Sunday.
Cannot wait, cannot wait. But man, just great. We will, like Rob said, we are going to do victory celebration here in just a few minutes. You'll have a chance to hear from the drivers as well. I want to hear their thoughts. Very challenging course, dynamic weather conditions, changing track from a wet to a dry stance. We saw a couple drivers roll the dice and not opt to go the racing slicks, stay with the wet tires, and it didn't necessarily pay off. But some of the other people did gamble, and they decided to come in early and put the slicks on and see how that was able. So it will be interesting to hear Rob talk to them about that. But we're going to see that this afternoon. We're going to see, changing conditions once the rain does kind of come back in here in a little bit. But man, what a great way to kick off the weekend, like we said.
Oh, this is the most racing we've had on a Friday at Portland International Raceway.
Tons of action here on the Friday. And we're not done. I mean, we look at the remainder of the schedule. We, of course, have USF 2000 qualifying coming up next. Then you have USF Pro 2000 qualifying from 12:55 to 1:25. Indy next on track for the first time. Their first practice 1:45 to 2:30. Then we got a 90-minute session with the NTT IndyCar Series at 2:55 to 4:10. And let's toss it down to Rob Howell. Rob's got the stars of the USF Juniors Series coming off of race number 1. Rob, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that. And again, our first of what will be 8 races here on the weekend, the Continental Tire Grand Prix of Portland. Excited to get things underway. Championship up for grabs in all 3 categories. As we know, the scholarships, of course, getting awarded once a driver does clinch. But the driver ends up getting the win here today in USF Juniors Race 1. Crucial for him. Let's start with the driver coming home in 3rd spot today. Solid points for your, right now, championship leader. Finishing in 3rd for VRD Racing, Max Taylor. Max will hop off the podium here, and again, we talk about the championship fight, the cream rising to the top at the end. Everybody in the championship fight was right there in the middle of the scrap at the end. Coming home in 2nd, able to get some points on the leader. Great run for Sebastian Weldon, P2. VRD with 2 drivers on the podium. Weldon clawing back the points to try to close back up here on Taylor. 2 more races still to come in this category for USF Juniors. 1 this afternoon, 1 tomorrow. Must win for this driver here, folks. He was 40 points back coming in. He needed to do everything he possibly could. The winner today for J. Howard Driver Development. A round of applause for Liam McNeely. Liam, come and chat with me here right now. I said, you know this. It's a must-win, right? You're back quite a bit in points, but you got to claw away every race. You got to get more points. Give me your thoughts on that one. Starting on wet, going dry, that was wild.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, pretty much must win, but yeah, pretty good race. Yeah, you know, the team made all the right calls, and yeah, can't thank them enough.
Let's talk about how that track was at the very start. Was it tough? Was it? You were on the wets, but what kind of grip did you have out there?
For the first lap, there was quite a bit of grip, but you know, when we got 2, 3, 4 laps in, it was just the front left was just, yeah, not there anymore. So yeah, you know, the caution came at the right time. All 3 of us boxed, and yeah, good to get the win.
So how does this change your mindset going into the race this afternoon? You close up a little bit, not a lot, but you close up a little bit. Is it super aggression for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, it has to be. But yeah, just keep winning and see where we end up.
Who do you want to thank today?
My team, Joe, my crew chief, and yeah, my mechanic Brian. They did all the right things, so yeah.
Congratulations. Get up on top of the box. We know the family's watching at home back in England. Great job for Liam McNeely. Again, a must-win situation. He's got to come in and maximize and get all the points he possibly can. Can't let anything hang out there, so for him to be able to get full points, I think 31 in total, 30 points for the race win. 1 point for fastest lap of the race. Of course, Max Taylor on the pole was able to get that done here too. And I'm assuming that'll put Liam McNeely on the pole, I think, for race number 2 as well. I would expect that he went faster here in the race than he did in qualifying. So that's going to allow McNeely to start on the pole position for race number 2 this afternoon at 6 o'clock. So good opportunity for McNeely to get it done. Bringing in our rookie racers here, a program that happens at all the Green Savory events. A bunch of young kids getting a chance to come to the race for the first time. I'll get a chance to help them with a paddock tour later on tomorrow as well. Get a chance to meet some drivers up close and personal. What a great opportunity here on the podium. First of 3 races, as I'd said, for USF Juniors. First of 8 all told on the schedule here for today. But again, these are the future stars of the NTT IndyCar Series. Champagne coming in on this one. You're not going to see them spray each other yet. Maybe at the end, because they got to wear these suits again later on. But guys, grab that champagne, grip it, and rip it. Let's celebrate the first of 3 races. Liam McNeely getting the race win. Sebastian Weldon second. Max Taylor in third. Good points for Taylor in trying to win that championship, but both McNeely and Weldon able to claw themselves a little bit closer as they work their way in to try to get that championship and the scholarship to move to USF 2000 in 2025. First race of 8 done here from Portland, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying about set to roll out here. Again, remember, USF Pro 2000. Actually, it's USF 2000 first for qualifying. Then we'll have USF Pro 2000. 2 more sessions. We're going to keep the stream rolling here if you're watching on YouTube. Qualifying up next.